Post by DK Monk. Australia takes forever, but I can almost guarantee Vrooms will pass customs and Dubs should as well. Those two are great guys and you will get your gear. I have never ordered off VMM. Post by Nomad Bloodbath. Frosted Castle. Post by Keto Jigdaxivin. My 2 cents on meth orders. Have ordered both from VMM and DubG and both arrived somewhere between 2 and 3 weeks after being marked in transit. I'm admittedly awaiting a VMM order now for a bit over 2 weeks and a DubG order that is nearly 2 weeks old. However, given the issues that USPS have been having lately, can't find the relevant thread at the moment. A lot of the delays we are all experiencing may be due to the postal companies. Here's hoping both packages come through soon. Package quality. DubG has the stealthiest packaging out of all the vendors I have tried on ESA so far, but as someone said in another thread, no matter how stealthy the packaging is, X-rays will see right through it all. Post by K-Squizzle. I ordered one of those free samples for everyone. Not sure what the weight is on the samples, but hell, free is free, except shipping of course. I went ahead and ordered a .25. We will see what happens and I will be sure to update. Post by Watch You Chang 3. Hey guys, I am new here on the SR forums. I am wondering if anyone has heard anything from Professor Twack in the past 10 days or so. I saw a few mentions in the forums and I'm guessing he had some type of inter-office personnel issue. I placed an order on March 30th and haven't seen or heard from him since. Does anyone know about his situation? I'm new to the meth scene, but my GF has been around the block. I got .5 from VM to pop my meth cherry a few weeks back and it was slightly above average, so says my qualified GF tester. I enjoyed it, but it was on par with 4 firearms to me. I still enjoyed the 3 days of sleepless fun though. I am wondering if anyone has placed or received an order from the professor since March 30th. I am sorry, I don't quite know the etiquette here, so forgive me if I come off as a noob or if I am breaking any forum rules. I was recently laid off, placed the order before I was let go, and was really hoping to have a pick-me-up arriving soon. If anyone could shine some light on Professor Twack's situation, I would sure be grateful. Hey USD Myth, can I has free sample? I am looking for a reliable steady connect for a few times a month fun and would surely appreciate a nice shard to fire up. By the way, thank you whoever you are for SR. In the ever-declining world of goods and services, SR has shown me that good, honest folks are still alive and kicking. I look forward to getting fired up and chatting with you guys. I am not online much, so any word on the prof, his product or any good vendor reviews would rock. Peace, love and bright, shiny things. Post by 46 and 2. Early December, Milkman came through with a gram. It was nice and chunky. Haven't been here since because I found an hook which provides a T-nerve for a build 25. Needless to say, the last couple of months have been a blur. Anyway, VMM has been hit or miss since last summer, so when he's back, hopefully he'll provide top-notch product like he did before. Hint VMM 8. Post by Hassan Isabar. What is the fucking deal with the meth vendors page on SR? The only vendors of shard are either in Australia or Germany. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against either country and I think that's awesome that you are making a product associated almost exclusively with the USA, but I ain't exactly thinking of kangaroos or Wiener Schnitzel right now. Know what I mean, my droogies? Man, this whole scene is like an existential novel, totally fucking absurd. Now, I ain't gonna flame. I'll hold my tongue and pray fortune looks kindly upon me. But if things don't improve real fucking soon, I might be contacting either of these faraway places. P.S. Oh yeah. Notice that Vortex Milkman is down? That was sadly predictable. Kinda reminds me of a classic Steve Miller song, Take the Money and Run Woo-hoo-hoo. P.S. Apologies to anyone that lost with this fucking goof. Post by Buster39. VMM today refunded me and looks to be refunding a lot of people. Post by Harpua25. Wow. I've finally hit the big time. Thanks for the heads up. Post by, Mail. I think they sell out immediately after putting up listings, so you have to catch the window when they've cashed out escrow and can re-up. Post by, Professor Twack. Well, I have shipped all orders that I know of. Most all have been delivered, including all but 2 on the in-transit page. However, it appears I will be suspended until, who knows. But Mail nailed it. This is one of the more difficult parts of international shipping. The long delivery times can be a real burden when trying to restock. I'm stocked. Just waiting for reinstatement. Hope to see you all around and be forgiven in time. Thanks, folks. Post by, Noodle2420. I got my glass from Vroom Vroom today and it is sweet and smooth. Melted like ice on a hot summer road. Bring a tear to the eye. Ordered yesterday and got it FEDEX by 10:30 a.m. this morning. The guy's a class act and always willing to go the extra mile for his customers. This is my 4th order. Peace, Noodle 8. Post by, USDN methylamphetamine. The samples to the trusted only required 150 posts on the forum. The sample to anyone was to the newer users who asked for it in the thread. Then people kept hijacking samples, so I made it a free-for-all. Watch you Chang 3. No more samples for the everyday buyer ATM. I plan on giving out at least 1 gram worth of samples with each and every new batch, so the faster I sell out in Recop, the faster I get more samples for you guys. Squizzle. The samples for everyone are 100 mg/ don't have a milligram scale, only in tens of millis, so I feel it should be a good rep of my product. And the samples for trusted are 200 mgs/ I know I am new to vending here, but I operate with complete honesty, something most meth dealers lack. If you ask me a question like, say, when is my order gonna ship? My response is going to be something like, sorry man, but it's taking me a while to get it out. I will when I can. Hope this doesn't affect anything, whereas some vendors might respond to your question with a vague statement, full steam ahead, marketers in transit, and then have the thing not even be postmarked till a week after you were told it was sent. Nope, not me guys, I am here to help you guys get high. Help me get by. Also, return customers are my favorite. They get special loves from this guy. Post by, Alpha Bravo. Just need to vent. I ordered from VMM right before he disappeared. It was processing for 10 days before I finally gave up, cancelled, and placed a new order with Heisenberg with high hopes. I'm now on the 7th day of processing with Heisenberg. I'm so stressed out. I'm checking my order status every hour now. I know Heisenberg has checked in a couple times this week, so I know it will come eventually, but my patience is getting a workout, 17 days and counting. Post by, Buster39. Seriously, 7 days. I know he said it might be a bit, but I figured 4 or so. Just out of curiosity, what happens if you hit that cancel button? Does it mess up your stats? Maybe shoot him a message, I imagine he will take notice. Post by, Alpha Bravo. I'm not sure what it does to your stats, but you have to pay the ESA transaction fee. As for messaging him, I might soon, but I'm trying to be a good and patient newbie. Post by, Heisenberg. Alpha, I could almost see the strain in resisting its shifting. Sorry for the delay. Post by, Buster39. Wow, that was awesome. Post by, Alpha Bravo. Post by, Ketoljigdaxivin. Just received my care package from WG. Woot. Took exactly 2 weeks, weekends and Easter included, to get down to OS. My 2nd order with WG, and I'm still impressed with his amazing packaging. Could not feel anything from the outside. Product was 10% overweight on a 2G order, and there were heaps of large crystals, including one 800 mg beauty and a 400 mg sister. Had a quick try earlier today, vaped around 30 mg, and WOW same awesome quality, if not better than the one I ordered before. To those guys awaiting their WG package, you're in for a treat. WG might be the most expensive non-OS dealer, but I reckon he's worth every penny in terms of stealthy packaging, product quality and customer service. I very much doubt I will be swayed to go to another vendor going forward. WG, you rock, brother. Post by, Candy. So has anyone received from VMM? Is he gone completely now? Post by Professor Twack. As I have quite a bit more time on my hands since being suspended, I have been covering my review thread, brutal stuff on there, and this one trying to find any folks that have slipped through the cracks, or haven't received a package, refund, or both. I posted on my thread, but wanted to post it here as well. If you have not received a communication from me within the last week where I provided shipping information, please PM me on the SR site. I don't check this as much, and will get you squared away. I believe that I have made it right with all that will accept amends. If you still feel as though you are owed something, let me know and I'll try to see what I can do. I don't care about the money. Shit, I've spent thousands on this deal in real and unrealized income. So, what's a couple hundred more? Give me a chance, don't threaten my family or dogs' lives, and I swear to do my best to help you feel satisfied. Post by Speeder69. Just thought I'd add that it's been nearly 2 weeks since I finalized early and haven't received anything. I'd stay clear for now. Hoping it either arrives or I get a refund. Post by Disco King 23. I really enjoyed my sample from you, Professor. I thought you had great shots and a sense of humor with the packaging. Like the touches on your pages too, the nods to a certain genre of music were not lost on me either. Hope you get your account up and running. I look forward to ordering from you again. Oh, and if you do get on, don't forget us Europe customers. Good luck. Post by Ecopactum. I am new to this site, and by that I mean less than a week. I messaged a couple of vendors, and only one has responded. Vroom, this guy has been absolutely amazing so far, and I haven't even been able to put in an order yet due to my lack of comprehension with the Bitcoin system. I am happy to report, though, that I figured it out today. Money pack, and then use one of the vendor's services on here. Vroom has been an amazing first contact, and I am locked into him for future purchases. I admit that I am not an expert on the other vendors, and I don't fault the ones that didn't respond to my inquiries. I understand that they are probably very busy. Once I get some product from Vroom I will update this post, although after reading every one of his 200 reviews I don't have any doubt that it will be to my liking. Lastly, it's nice to meet everyone on here, unofficially. This place is marvelous. Ecopactum. Post by Tweedledum. It is funny to me that PPL gets so worked up when it takes weeks for their order to arrive. First off, doesn't anyone do any research? Shit, if they did they would quickly see that there are some vendors that do a better job, on average, at getting their product delivered in a timely manner, and that others are notoriously bad at it. So, don't be surprised when they live up to their history. Then, you would have to see that occasionally even the ones that are usually very speedy have hiccups in the process now and then, but you still go apeshit when you perceive a delay. At the end of the day, you will most likely get drugs delivered to you in the mail. Stop and think about that for a minute. Delivered to you in the mail. Jesus, can you really conceive how fucking cool that is? How much time I save by not having to deal with dealers, not to mention the mailman is not likely to stab me in the face, as opposed to the other people that hand me drugs. Finally, who hasn't gotten ripped off during a drug deal at some point? I'm not condoning it, I'm not suggesting that any of the SMF vendors ever actively attempt to steal, but if somehow it does happen to you, how can you be surprised? Has Amazon spoiled us that much? In the meantime, I smoked my last shard this morning. I've been nursing my stash for a long time. I have an order with VMM that finalized 13 days ago, but I haven't bothered him about it. He has never let me down. In fact, none of the vendors have let me down, and I have ordered from WG, Vroom, Heisenberg, I was his very first review, Doffboy, and VMM. Noobs, read the threads. You'll see patterns where a vendor's process goes south, and all sorts of PPL with 6 or 8 posts start whining, and then things calm down and you never hear from them again. Or, they turn out like Harpua or ABC 123 new thin starter as whiny bitches, but then come around to appreciate the amount of work being a vendor is, and then become contributing members. Take some notes. Post by Harpua 25. Oh, I'm still a whiny bitch from time to time. Post by, Sommerhalmer. Sounds good PT, hope it all works out. Post by, Candy. Actually I still see all VMM's listings. I am not sure why someone mentioned him disappearing. I see Vroom is better too. That is good since he always had great service. Post by, Keteljigdaksivin. Guys, I'm gonna sound like a broken record here. And no offense to the other vendors, but I highly recommend you just go with WG. Super stealth packaging, absolute killer quality product and great customer service. Worth the extra couple of BC no doubt, my go-to man from here on. Post by, DK Monk. I was reading through Dub's recent ratings on his vendor page and lolled very hard at this one. Didn't get a chance to try, but that's because his packaging was so good that my dumbass threw it away. And so we shall try again classic. Post by, Keteljigdaksivin. LMAO, that is kinda retarded. The packaging is def awesome, but when I'm expecting a care package from anyone on SR, I rip every letter open without fail just in case I miss something. Post by, K-Squizzle. Order received from US Deanmouth. 48 hours to my door. Good product, IVD sample of 100 mg, good but wasn't enough. Is this normal of good meth? Did half of the 1/4 I ordered and I'm flying, my brain is buzzing and I wanna fuck, bad. The last time I did meth deemed good by people who really know good meth, this is what I felt. So overall very happy with vendor, did not have to finalize early. Highly recommend US Deanmouth. Will probably order again soon, but avowed to order of a VV who has been great trying to accommodate my pathetic budget right now. Any questions about the US Deanmouth experience, just ask or PM me. Today is a good day and it's not even Friday. Post by, K-Squizzle. It keeps getting stronger, Jesus, and this may sound weird but I swear to God I am telling the truth. I went and took a piss and it was real hard to accomplish, and when I finally did, wait for it, jism came out. I shit you not. Can anyone elaborate on this? I have heard of this happening before to people, but first time for me. I didn't have an orgasm unless you count the meth rush, but I did piss out a healthy load of baby batter. Kinda weird, in a good way I guess. Expelling semen is always a good thing in my book. If you have ever peed semen before, please IM me and let me know. And to USD meth, THX again, great product, and with these long ass waits everybody on this forum is talking about, you are the messiah of speedy delivery. Post by, Ladida. Lol, US Deanmouth. So good you'll piss come. Post by, DK Monk. I received my sample from US Deanmouth today. The packaging was pretty decent for a new vendor. Vacuum sealed product and not clearly visible when you open. The label was handwritten, so that could be worked on. The product, it came just like as his pictured show, crushed up shards. I put a little over half of what I received in the spoon, and I think he sent me 0.2. I don't have a scale, but I am pretty sure that is what he said. I usually only do 80-100 mg shots, but anticipated a little bit weaker stuff from the previous review I read from K-Squizzle. I would say it was about 120 or 140 mg I put in there. I shot it up and waited, and started to get the oncoming of a rush, but it never progressed it to the rush and overwhelming sensation I am used to. I did get the taste in my mouth, and definitely got speedy and elevated heart rate. I would say the stuff is about average quality, not the high quality that I am used to from Dub or Vroom. It is probably good compared to Crystal you buy off the street though, but it didn't get me to where that size of shot should have, whereas Dub's 80 mg would have got me twice as far. The seller is a good guy to talk to and offers a good service, but needs to work on the product, or lower the price in my opinion. I wouldn't pay 160 for a gram, but would 100 or 110 even. I appreciate the sample, and I'm sorry that I couldn't give a review that is in favor more to you, but I have to be honest, and hope there is no hard feelings. Post by, Holly. I got a gram of Heisenberg stuff still in its proper packaging I wanna get rid of. Bought it for a friend but he bailed out on it. Will ship with tracking. $105 US. Post by, DK Monk. I don't have enough for the full gram but 11.15 BTCs for 0.4 or a half. I haven't tried as yet and am eager to see, but have been waiting on a Bitcoin refund for a bit. Post by, Holly. Don't wanna remove it out of its original packaging. Sorry buddy. Post by, DK Monk. No problem, I completely understand. Cheers to whoever gets it, hopefully I can get more BTCs before it is snatched. Post by, Party Tonight. Yeah, that's my dumbass and I wasn't laughing out loud. More like cursing out loud 2 days later when I realized what I had done, and I did pretty much rip the package open as I normally do because I have to hide it from my husband, so I was in a hurry. It was my first order from WG, still waiting on Heisenberg's order to go into transit, which has been a while now, about 9 days. Got a little bit coming from VMM, who I've had good experiences with, and I've gone through Vroom Vroom, who was very nice and helpful, and his stuff was pretty comparable to what I am used to getting from street hookups, which now live across the country from me. So these guys on here are my only source, and I am feeling pretty whiny and bummed out, and to top it off I got a fucking flat tire on the way to the bank to make my cash deposit for Bitcoins, so that didn't go through today either. So, yeah. That's my luck for the week, so I think I will smoke a bowl of VMMS stuff that I have, drink a beer, take a Xanax and hope that Heisenberg stuff goes into transit, VMMS gets here soon, and my husband fixes my flat tire so I can get to the bank and deposit some Bitcoins to start the process all over again. So cheers to a week of bullshit. When it rains it pours, gonna grab my umbrella so I don't get too wet. Post by, Limitless. Damn, this is a great deal. Are you a vendor? If not, this is kinda like an out of escrow transaction. I know I may be paranoid. Hell, you have 800 posts, so you must be legit. How do you prefer to be paid? Bitcoin, Western Union, PayPal? Post by, belong to. Plus 10,000 on this bitch. I mean, peeps always talk shit on the net, so I'm not surprised about heads whining from the safety of their respective Mom Duke's basements. But the multitudes of obvious dumb shits that have no fucking idea of who they sent their money to, for fucking drugs. I mean shit, I'd think you'd be extra meticulous about getting the 411 before you try to figure out if somebody's a scammer. If the blatant lack of brain cells or common sense wasn't so tragic, I'd be laughing my ass off. Anyway, if all y'all fake tweakers were really as hard up for the shit as you pretend you are, it'd be nothing but crickets up in here, 'cause y'all would be sleeping off the withdrawal for a week. Which would be nice. Because by the time your loud, ignorant asses woke up, you might find that your patience has been rewarded with an extra special delivery. Like Home Dude said. No need to go harassing Milk, 'cause he's always been solid. Lo and behold, I opened my mailbox this morning and got a fat fucking sack sitting there all lonely, just waiting for me to rescue it from its solitude. Just as expected. Like I said in my feedback, there was never a doubt in my mind that the milkman was going to come through. So, since there's been plenty of evidence that he's been working on his backlog, and shit's trickling into their intended places of love. Can we fucking desist with the McCarthyism? That shit's tired. So let's move on to the next subject, a scientific puzzle of grand proportions, I might add. How do peeps manage the proficiency to type multitudes of vehemently hysterical, albeit logically devoid, posts, when they're not literate enough to have read even one of the widely available pieces of information that would assuage their paranoia/snark? Post by, Obscurity. This review is about the vendor Vortex Milkman and his Fira sale meth. I started out ordering 2.25 Gs of Vortex's Fira sale meth. It looked super tasty mmmmmmmm. I am a new buyer on Silk, so when VMM messaged me to finalize early I had no problem with it. Vendor seemed legit and he had a good buyer rating and good reviews, so I thought he was a safe bet. I was sorely wrong. 12 days after I finalized, I'm sitting here with my thumb up my ass waiting for a domestic shipment that should have taken 3-4 days to get here. I figure I'll message VMM and see what's up. Maybe my order was misplaced or forgotten about. Never got any messages back after attempting to message him twice. I messaged Essa too about the issue, but since I finalized early there's no way I can get my bits back. Straight ripped off. I tried resolving the issue with the vendor, but silence was all I got. Just a heads up to all you who want to order from VMM, beware. I got ripped the fuck off and you can too. Post by Jimmy34. Like I just wrote on his review thread, I waited from 3/26 to receiving my order on April 5 from Professor Twack. The order was more than double and wait for the delay, he gets suspended and obscurity has been waiting longer than I did for VMM. PTWAK is an honest and trustworthy man. I just received a gram overnighted obviously out of escrow, you're missing out if you believe the bullshit written about him, and his crystal is equal to but I say better than anyone on SR. Post by Willong 2. Oh yeah, dibs if home dude sleeps on this. Post by Ajapai. My source is fucking around or I would be supplying you guys again but I am going through a little procure troubles hopefully after the weekend I will be back up and going. Post by DK Monk. So, I have been wondering why some meth gives me the awesome euphoria after a shot where I feel tingly all over and like I have no weight to my body, but then I did some other stuff that I would say is equal in purity, but didn't get that at all, but did get super speedy and awake. Dubs gave me great euphoria and Vroom set it to just slightly less than Dubs. I didn't get it from Professor Twax, but I know his crystal is high quality, so it leaves me puzzled. Post by Professor Twack. DK, there are lots of reasons as to why you do or do not get that euphoria. I get lots of different batches and see lots of different effects based on how they are made, washed, stored, etc. For instance, P2P stuff from back in the day, 90s, was much stronger, in terms of length of stimulation than any of the stuff we see on the circuit today from Mexico. However, it was also much more euphoric and generally made you much tweakier, weirder, and crazy. But it made you stay up much longer and like I mentioned, more euphoric. Today's meth isn't quite the same. The consistency depends as much on where it is made, as it does how it was made, P2P, anhydrous, ephedrine, etc. In the region I am in, Mexico rules the market and the consistency is pretty good. You have a good connection and you will get consistent quality in other parts of the country. Some local cooks are still making a difference and greed, recrystal for more money, ruins the product from Mexico. It just all depends but I hear what you are saying. I had some really stinky yellowish stuff last week that was quite euphoric, however it also made me a little tired if I did too much, overamp. Some of the stuff this week is cleaner, but sleep is possible with a little patience, or GHB. Sometimes I like the more euphoric, sometimes I prefer it not to be. Unfortunately, it is very difficult to tell by looking at it, and anyone that says otherwise is full of shit, even if they really believe they can. I have to have smokers try my shit every time because I IV it, and it is simply different than smoking it. Sometimes we disagree on which is better. Post by Limitless. Hey, back off mute car. GRRRRR. JK. Post by Ecopactum. Hey, I had a question I was hoping to get some help on. I have never had anything delivered by FedEx, until yesterday. An order from Vroom went out through Express next day. It's almost 3:00 p.m. here, and nothing yet. I wasn't home all day, but hopefully there was no need to sign for it, and there was nothing left on my door so I imagine that means no one came by. FedEx delivers up to 4:30 p.m. on Express to residential. My question is, has anyone ever had an Express shipment really not come until the last minute, or not the next day? Just curious, as I don't know if I need to cancel plans I have at the moment. I didn't get a DCN from him either. I don't have any doubt that the package will arrive. I was just wondering if it was common for Express to not come the next day. Thanks. Post by Candy. I have had different effects from meth also. Sometimes cheaper stuff has given me more feeling than others but I think those are mostly dependent on me and my body. Like my tolerance at the time, other drugs I've taken recently, my mood, etc. But there are other times it's the actual product. They say meth is a hit or miss type thing, or so I've been told, and sometimes batches come out great while other times not so much. Coke seems the same way. I'm just talking from my experience though. I do understand what you're saying though. Also, it seems that Vroom is back in business. I always thought he was a good vendor, so that's good to hear. Post